from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't adjust your audio. It's time for an episode of Sleep With Me, where I take you for a walk to put you to sleep. I'm going to be going for a hike. Welcome to Sleep With Me if you're new. This show is a bit different. It's meant to be here. I'm going to just take a stroll or a hike to put you to sleep. So if you're new to the show, this is like a episode I'm recording on location in binaural audio. You're going to hear birds. You're going to hear me hiking and leaves. You won't hear any traffic sounds. But I'll take you for a nice walk to put you to sleep. We're here in Redwood Regional Park in Oakland. And yeah, so basically this podcast is here to be your companion so you can fall asleep. These shows are very different. I'm really glad you're here for checking the podcast out. We put out a wide variety of shows. But sometimes it's nice to go for an immersive walk to push you to sleep. What we got coming up is support, then a long meandering intro, which maybe will be a little shorter than normal for these walking episodes, and then we'll just keep walking. And the plan is to be here a bit over an hour. Oh, well, over an hour and 5 minutes, I guess that bird said. 18 minutes? Huh. I'm sorry, could you say that again? Oh, so oh boy. I didn't understand that one, but we'll be here walking. And yeah, welcome to Sleep With Me. I'm glad you're here, or welcome back. I know a lot of people really like these immersive on-location episodes we're trying to put out. We used to only put these out as bonus content, but we're trying to help everybody get comfortable and get off into dreamland. And the way we do that is by the people that get the most out of the podcast, the people that listen the most or sleep the most, that listen all night long, or they'll listen to 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes a week, 10 episodes a month. They opt in, kind of like tipping your podcaster in a sense, but that enables me and everyone that works on the show to be here. Are the people that opt in. The show's already a part of their life. They want to be a part of the show's life. And you could do that if that's a yes. If it's not a yes, we're here to serve you. But yeah, if you want to opt in, you could support the sponsors, support the show directly, or spread the word, or whatever I'm going to talk about right here. I'm really glad you're here, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. And I do not know what you're waiting for. If you listen to the show, I really feel like I should hear from almost every single listener. Have you taken that Helix Sleep quiz, and which mattress did you get matched with? Because it's going to fit you and your sleep needs, just like my Helix fits mine. I love my Helix mattress. When I took the quiz a long time ago, wonderful long relationship I've had with my Helix. When I took that quiz, I wanted something where I could sleep on my side, I could sleep on my stomach. I don't want to get hot and stuffy. I got matched with the Helix Dusk. I picked the Helix Dusk Luxe. And night after night, that is what allows me to be here for you, is the good rest I get in my Helix mattress. So I'm happy with my Helix. Which Helix are you going to be happy with, right? Like, what are you sleeping in right now? Is it made for you and how you sleep? Did you and your partner take a quiz like the Helix quiz together and say, yeah, that's the one for us? Because you could do that right now with the Helix quiz. And then the mattress could come straight to your door, shipped free of charge, ready to go. And you could start your long-term relationship with a mattress that's there for you and how you sleep, what you prefer. Think about how much better you're going to be sleeping in that situation. And Helix always has a great deal. So get over there. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for 20% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Sleep With Me podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this episode today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. Hey, everybody, it's Scooter. Can you listen and can I get your attention? Like, how long have you been listening to Sleep With Me? For a few weeks, a few months, a few years, or for 11 years? If Sleep With Me is the thing that you found, they said, man, I've been looking for this my whole life. It helps me fall asleep. It makes me feel less alone. Then I think you're a super listener. And over the next 4 months, our goal is to get 1,500 super listeners to support the show on Sleep With Me Plus. And the reason is, like, things have changed a little bit faster than I anticipated with with people who support the show directly, but also with the other ways we fund the podcast. And it is in these tough times that that more and more people need the show, that it's the most difficult to keep making the show. And I don't want this show to just, I want it to be here 4 years from now, 5 years from now, to 10 years from now, maybe. But I need you, if you're a super listener and you're the one person listening and hearing me right now, to choose. You're that one person I'm talking to right now. Think about signing up at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus, and even try out a free trial. You could always cancel it. But that's the big difference. You could sign up and cancel your support. But if you wait too long, like by the end of the summer, we're really trying to hit that goal. So please consider becoming that one person tonight that adds that 1,500 that gets us there. And then you can help all those other people get some sleep too, as well as being able to count on the podcast yourself. So, and you can do that at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus, Plus. I think is how you spell plus. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks, everybody. Oh, Mystery Bard. A lot of people help out on the show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son, sounds like an earful, wrote the theme song, edits episodes too. Carl W. the Legend, also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer, Runner. Eric and the team at Astound or on the website. I am the Mystery Bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you, any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support, dear Scooter, on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcripts.
Thanks, Mystery Bard. Don't forget, if you're looking for access to Sleep With Me Plus, to access to ad-free episodes, but you're not in a financial position to support the show, you could earn those for free by referring people to free podcasts at our referral program, sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. If you're like, yeah, I can't afford to support the show, but I really want some of that sweet, sweet bonus content on Sleep With Me Plus, sign up for our referral program and send me an email. Thanks, everybody. What do you say we slow it down and get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do it the bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever is keeping you awake. That could be thoughts on your mind, thoughts. Oh boy, hi. Birds, it could be birds, thoughts, anything you're thinking about the past, the present, the future. It could be feelings, anything coming up for you emotionally, physical sensations, changes in time, temperature, routine, whatever it is that's keeping you awake. I'm here to take your mind off stuff and keep you company so you can fall asleep. What I do is I send my voice across the deep, dark night. I'm going to use lulling, soothing, creaky dulcet tones, pointless meanders, and superfluous tangents. So it means I'm going to go off topic. I'm going to get mixed up. So I'm going to be on a meandering path, and just taking you for a walk to be here. You could be at my side, walking with me, imagining, but not doing any work. And this is all to take your mind off stuff so you could fall asleep. And this is a bit different. Even for Sleep With Me, these style episodes are a bit different, but I guess all our episodes are a bit different. But the idea of a sleep podcaster taking you somewhere, we've been doing it for a while. I don't know. I like doing it, and I think it works for a lot of people. But the whole idea is that this show is here to be a mild distraction, something you could barely listen to put you to sleep. I do have to interrupt my own intro. We're taking our first trail change. We're kind of on a main trail. We're on the West Ridge Trail, and now we're getting on the French Trail. So, just FYI, I'll talk more about that. But yeah, we're going for a nice little walkie poo, and it's a nice downhill walk right now. And there's beautiful smells in the air, and we'll talk about that. But probably I'll just go off topic, talk about whatever's on my mind. But we'll just be walking together. And I make this show, and I've been making this show for over a decade because I know what it's like in the deep, dark night when I have trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep, trouble waking up early. And I was always looking for something that wasn't so serious or wasn't so participatory. And, that stuff does work for other people, a huge chunk of people. But the idea that you could passively go on a hike where there's no pressure, or it's optional for you to be like, man, I'm looking at some moss right now, and it's looking pretty good. Have one tree with moss and one tree with some blue faded spray paint on it. So whatever's keeping you awake, I'm here to help with that. But I'm also here to let you know that I do my best to respect the fact that that I don't know that to let you be seen, but in an indirect way. And what do I mean by that is that I might not know exactly what you're going through, right? It might not be thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations. It could be changes in time, temperature, routine. You could be traveling. You could have guests. You could just be going through something, or you could have something big coming up. Maybe you work a different schedule, or maybe it's none of those. But I list some of those because I want you to know you're not alone, and I mean that in a real way. Like, I think I probably can relate to some of the underlying feelings or sensations. Like, I think that's what a lot of people that listen to the show share, or people that don't listen to the show, they have trouble sleeping. But the better news is that there's enough people listening that right now, somewhere in the world, there's someone listening who really does understand what you're going through, who's been through something very similar, and they really feel welcoming for you. And they say, I do know what that's like. And they are glad you're here. and they're sending that welcoming thing to you, and all it is, it feels nice for them, right? They say, man, until I got here, I thought I was the only one, and I kind of and this has been my experience for my own journey, and I held on to that so tight, and it was like holding on to something that also was way bigger than me and way heavier than me, and carrying it around. And I finally got to let go. And that doesn't even mean this podcast is going to put you to sleep. I'll talk a little bit more about that, but it means that you're welcome here, and that there's people that you don't know that are rooting for you to get the sleep you need and you deserve. And in a sense of like, they're rooting for you in the sense of like, I hope one day, not only does this podcast help you get the rest you need or introduce you to another one that does help you get the rest you need, but that it that you get the experience of holding a welcoming space for a new listener, even if it's not a sleep with me listener. That's the truth, because in the end, you deserve a good night's sleep and a place you could get the rest you need and you deserve, whether it's from this podcast or something else. And because if you get the rest you need, your life's going to be a little bit better, right? And that'd be nice for you. And ideally, you get the rest you need where you don't have to dread bedtime, and bed becomes something you feel neutral about or look forward to. And then you'll be out there in the world flourishing, and that's a really nice thing. So I'm glad you're here, and I hope the show helps. The thing is, this show is very different, like I said earlier. So give it a few tries and see how it goes, and just see if it helps you. And if it doesn't, I have a website set up, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you, that has other sleepy stuff on there that you could check out and try. Other sleep podcasts too, because you still deserve a good night's sleep, right? Whether it's this show or not. But give the show a few tries, because it is different. When you first get here, wait a second, you're going to go hiking and I'm going to sleep to it? Yeah, it's a little bit different, and I might get out of breath and trying to hike while I'm talking like this and all that. And yeah, you might hear some rocks like a crinkle or some breeze. But yeah, it's like walking with a friend that you can barely pay attention to. This is a podcast that you just barely listen to. And that takes some adjusting, right? It's like a TV on in the other room or something, or a travelogue of a place you're not interested in, or not that interesting, or just not giving it your full attention. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is that this podcast is actually not even here to put you to sleep. It's here to keep you company while you fall asleep. I'm here to take your mind off of stuff so eventually you just fall asleep later on. And that takes some getting used to too. But that's why we put out episodes of a variety of styles. We put out episodes consistently, week after week, year after year. And that's why the shows are over an hour, because there's no pressure to fall asleep with the show. I'm going to be here to the very end, whether you're awake or asleep, because there's people who are listening who can't sleep at all, or who need a break during the day. And I'm here to keep them company and you company. Yeah, that's different, right? I'm here to be your bore friend, your bore bae, your bore sib, your neighbor, your bore bee, your bore bud, your bore friend, your Boris Borloff, your best bore. I'm getting mixed up because I'm paying attention to where I'm going to. And there's a robin down there. So, yeah, I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off stuff so you could fall asleep when you do. Or if you can't sleep, you got somebody here for you. So just to see how it goes for that too. And then the structure of the show, I'll just run through it really quick here. The show starts off with a greeting that I said earlier, friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And that's so you feel seen and welcomed in. You say, oh, okay, I could check that podcast out. I could give that a try. It sounds mostly harmless, to quote a quote a book. And then there's support, so that paying for the podcast is optional. Most people prefer listening to an ad-supported version, and they like to listen to it linearly, meaning they set a sleep timer for like 30, 45 minutes, an hour, or they just listen to one episode and they fall asleep later on during the story portion of the show. But if you prefer something without ads, you can get that at Sleep With Me Plus. If you prefer something with story only, without intros, I'll tell you how to get that. You could listen all the way to the end. You could listen to episode after episode. But yeah, that's like the greeting, then the support. Then, separate from the support, which we've been into, I don't even know for how long, is our intro. And the intro is usually about 15 to 20 minutes long. Usually I'm recording it in the climbing closet, not on a trail. So I don't know how long this one will be, but the purpose of the intro, while there is a small percentage of people that fall asleep, it's to help people wind down, give them something to listen to somebody to hang out with while they're getting ready for bed or while they're in bed getting comfortable. And as you're drifting off or you're doing some sort of relaxing wind down routine. So the intro is meant to ease you into bedtime, not so much to put you to sleep. And if you find you become a regular listener and you want something without intros, we have a podcast, Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me, that's also ad-supported, that you can listen to without paying for it in any podcast app. Or if you want to listen to Sleep With Me 5 nights a week, you could listen to, right now as I'm talking, we put out 2 new episodes of Sleep With Me a week and a repeat episode, and then we have Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me. So you could do it that way. So just see what works for you, and go from there. But that's the intro. I guess that's what I was talking about, the intro. And then after the intro support, then tonight will be our bedtime story, which will be me doing half of a hike that I really, really like. And I don't know how deep we are into it now. I forgot to check my watch when I left. So, but yeah, I'm glad you're here. Like I said, if this episode isn't for you, there's going to be another episode this week that'll be a totally different style. So I'm really glad you're here. Myself and a team of people work really hard. We yearn and we strive. We really want to help you fall asleep. And the way we're able to be here for you is a percentage of like people, we call them stupor listeners, people that get a lot out of the podcast. They get so much out of the podcast, it makes their lives so much better that they opt in to support the podcast back, and then everybody benefits from it. And it's just those people that get the most out of the podcast who support we rely on. So if you're one of those people and you say, man, yeah, I want to opt in because this show is an important part of my life, I'll talk about a couple ways right here. And I'd appreciate it because I love being here. And I love that right now when I'm recording this, we're in a place where, because of people's support, I'm going to record this episode and Russell's going to edit it. And we may have found like a nice workflow to get these out on a regular basis so we can be here for you. So I'm really happy to do that. And I appreciate it. So thanks again for coming by. And here's a couple ways we're able to do this for you consistently. All right, everybody, it is time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Mint Mobile. And whether you say data or data, now my house, you might say we use both because my daughter got started on Mint Mobile back in 2020. But Scoots here, I've been with one of the big 3 carriers, but that is going to change because I was like, what am I thinking? Paying so much money for data every single month. I need something more affordable. And working with Mint Mobile, I know about their premium wireless plans that start at just $15 a month. So Scoots is moving his service from one of the big 3 carriers over to Mint Mobile. I wonder if you'll join me because I'm going to say bye-bye to overpriced wireless plans. And those bills, when I get the text, I say, wait a second, what? And And then I usually get a second text with a different amount. I don't know if those are unexpected overages, but Mint Mobile is here for all of us. All plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. Bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. And ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. Join me, won't you? I'm making the move to Mint Mobile. No matter how you say it, don't overpay for it. Shop data plans at mintmobile.com/sleepwithme. That's mintmobile.com/sleepwithme. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5GB plan required. Equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Thanks, everybody. Hey, this is Scoots. This episode where I go hiking. It's an on-location episode. I just recorded it, so I'm recording this after. It's pretty relaxed. There are water trickling sounds, and there's a little bit less talking. I'm talking most of the time, but there's a couple of gaps in there, just because there's just so many nice moments out in the woods. But I just wanted to give you a heads up in case any of that is like outside of your, I don't know. But I think it's a pretty good episode, and so let me know what you think. Again, we put out a ton of variety, so if this isn't for you, don't worry. We work really hard to put out a ton of different style of content. If you love these episodes, as always, vote with your wallet, right? Support the show or vote with your voice, and let me know through the contact form at our website. And, I hope you enjoy this episode, and take it away, Scoots. All right, thanks, Scoots. Hey, buddy, Scooter here. And as I said earlier, I'm here in Redwood Regional Park. We're on the French Trail right now. And what we're doing is, I think it's a French trail, the Stream Trail, and there might be one other trail. This is a loop that is about a little bit over 5 miles that I inconsistently jog, that I really like. And I did a test recording maybe 2 or 3 months ago, about 2 months ago, and I decided, okay, let's try to do this in 2 segments, and then today we're here to do our first recording. So a couple of things to know. If you ever want to recreate this trail, you could find the trail map on, I use one of the trail map apps, but I could also try to give it to you. It covers for Oakland a fair amount of elevation gain, ups and downs. And it's a really nice trail. I'm doing it in reverse, and the reason I'm doing it in reverse is that a reverse of how I normally run it, because I figure I'll be more observant, because this is the opposite of my routine. So it'll be like a little bit of, I've run it once or twice this way, starting with the French Trail. I don't know. But yeah, right now we're like in woods. To my left is a grove of redwoods towering above me, and then they go way down towards the ground. I'm not really good with facts and things, but this is it's about 2 in the afternoon in the winter, and hasn't rained for a while. That's why I was trying to get out here, because probably hasn't rained for about 2 to 3 weeks, because after the rain this will be pretty oh, do you hear that? That was a tree creaking in the breeze. we didn't get a secondary creek there, but so yeah, this was just a really nice trail, and this has been something on my list for years of doing more walking episodes, and so at least in 2025 we're trying to make these, and then ideally maybe they'll be coming out in 2025 and 2026. I don't know when you'll be hearing this, but it's been on my goal list for a long time to get back to putting out regular on-location episodes, and this is recorded in binaural audio, so you can listen with headphones and hear everything in both ears, just like you were walking with me. And yeah, there's a lot of moss on this particular section of the trail. And that's one of the things I like about this trail, or why it kind of hooked me. And it is, and I got told this when I first moved to the Bay Area by somebody big into hiking, is like, I'm really grateful to be in a place like where you can go on a hike like this, and it just covers so much different styles. Like right now, I'm on a single trail, or two-person width trail, but you're probably better off walking single file on the side of a hill, and I'm in the woods, right? And there are redwoods, but it's kind of thick, and you can't see a lot, but you can hear some wind, you can hear some water, and then eventually we'll go down to a couple stream beds, but we'll also be navigating like a less thick part of the woods, like going on the open hillside, looking down to the main stream that's in this park. And this is just one of these many East Bay regional parks here in the East Bay of Northern California, or the Bay Area, that just offers so much. And while it's something I do utilize, I probably underutilize it. Now we've got about another 10 redwoods passing on my left. Also, like a non-redwood tree that has moss and some sort of mushroom-like growth. And yes, I think my plan today would be, I thought I was going to try to do half of this and then turn around and jog back. But maybe I'll just do half of it and then jog the rest of the loop. I don't know. The other part of it is like the part we're covering now. By going in reverse, there's not that many trail changes, but there's enough that I'll have to consult a map on my phone, and it's easier for me to pay attention and not take the wrong trail. Though, only thing that would happen if I took the wrong trail is like they would either cut time off or add time onto the hike. So we're having a nice little hike here. There's some molder trees that are on the ground, and they're like in the midst of the circle of life. Maybe one day, I guess I would need like smart glasses or something to be able to describe to you what we're seeing. But I guess this is more of an audio tour anyway, so it's like it's just an audio tour where I'm not supposed to stop talking. But though we did do a one hike episode with just the headphones for Sleep With Me Plus members, and that's something we could do too. I don't think we could release it in the public feed just because it's too different than expectations. But yeah, let me know. I don't know if I can. I did record when I was jogging the other day, but I don't think that's very sleepy. But yeah, keep me apprised, because the other good thing is, like, just like everything with Sleep With Me, I'm actually going to touch some of this moss here. I'm liking that moss, man. I'm liking that moss. Yeah, sorry, I repeated the joke because I was surprised by it. pretty lush here, but now I'm like a little bit closer to this stream. So, yeah, I think we should enjoy some of these stream sounds. Looks like there's even a couple places where when the water was going a little bit stronger in the rainstorms that there's some big collections of sticks and stuff. If there was it's just a creek or stream. I mean, yeah, let's, how you doing? Yeah, I'm Scooter. I make a sleep podcast. You really sound nice. Yeah, I can't stop talking, unfortunately. It's just like the nature of a sleep podcast. Yeah, no, I'm just here, out for a walk. Yeah. Yeah, you really do sound good. I'm going to step over you. Sound even different from over here. Yeah, that's good. That's good talking to you. I appreciate your time. Yeah, so that was it. It didn't tell me if it was a stream or a creek, but we got another set of flowing water coming up here on our left. And now we're kind of going to gain some elevation. And now we get kind of more of a, instead of a woods feel, a redwood forest feel. And like where you would expect to see Ewoks. Yeah, and we have a little bit bigger flow of water to our left with boulders, and we're on the trail. Going up on the right side of the water here. Not on the back side of water, on the right side of water. So maybe I'll talk less. I don't know. Does there have to be rules with a sleep podcast now that we're in the story section? Oh, wow. That's really nice sound. Getting one flow on the left side and 2 or 3 flows on the right side. And that is nice. And really nice look to it, like something right out of a relaxing photo, because it's in a gully to my left, about 15 feet down is the bed of the creek, and the creek's slowly descending from the hill I'm going up, and we'll go up this side, and I think we'll wrap around and then go up the other side of it. Or maybe we're going to go up a canyon behind it. Maybe we're following the creek bed. I guess we probably are. Yeah, so we've got a bit of ways to go. There's even a pool. I'm not sure if it's a vernal pool, but it's a nice pool. Yeah, I guess maybe I could talk a little bit less as we listen together. And you rest. Oh, okay. And right here, not that far away, we have a V where 2 smaller creeks from 2 different canyons here are coming together. Actually, looks like it might even be 3. Which I guess this is why it's a stream trail, huh? And, or were we on French Trail? Were we supposed to be on French Trail? Hey, this is somewhat familiar. Oh yeah, no, that's Trascendus Trail. Haven't been on that one. I just don't ever remember. Yeah, stand French Trail. Hear that? So this is like a little bit of I'm gonna navigate over this small creek. You can hear it coming down. But I mean, we're literally 15-20 minutes and just a few miles from like downtown Oakland and the Bay Bridge, 880, like, and it really does feel like we could be 300 miles north in California. And the creek seems to agree with me, or the stream. You know, I use creek as a term of endearment. All right, so now that stream is behind us, and we're on another stream, which you're gonna hear. This is a stream. I'm not streaming the stream tour, but it's a streamy tour, man. Getting dreamy with the streamies. So this is an intersection of 3 different canyons, or whatever you want to call them, ravines. The one I'm looking up now just has barely a trickle, but I'm sure when it rains, it gets much busier. And we're going to head to my left and continue kind of on this stream trail. You're so mainstream, man. What were you, like, you're not vanilla, though. Not a lot of bird action. Hear a plane and some wind. And I'm touching Redwood right now. And you can hear the stream down there below me as I keep going up. Definitely going the right way, because I remember some landmarks from running, just like bigger rocks, or I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure while you might not have the exact same access to the exact same park, there's some sort of park near you that's just waiting for you to visit, you know? Oh, but quietly. Yeah, that's just not how a sleep podcast works, believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, a sleep podcast, I mean, I'm talking the least amount I can for a sleep podcast, to be honest. I mean, no, your talking is lovely, and I could listen to it, but I would need an 8-hour loop of it, or like this variety. Yeah, your friend down the... Oh, you agree with your friend? But you're earlier in time. How could you know that your friend was telling me that talking and sleep... Yeah, I know, but human sleep podcasts are different than stream sleep podcasts. What would well, if I was pitching a stream podcast to put streams to sleep, I mean, I guess I would make, like, I guess I would talk about tepid water, and I don't know, like, but only temporary tepid water, like you're at a beaver dam, and don't worry, the beavers don't use you as your bathroom, so you got that, and you get to stay there. I guess I'd have to learn more about what stream's like. Do you understand the joke? Here it is, the eighth wonder of the world, the backside of water, because I've never understood the joke. We're hearing some trickling too. I don't know, you hear that? And a plane, yeah. Yeah, like those are drips. Sounds good. Yeah, getting a little closer here. Oh, branches and... Yes, the cool thing is we're lucky that the day we're coming, because there's enough water that everything's flowing, and the mud is mostly dry. We've just got kind of packed dirt, versus a few days from now this will be uphill or downhill. Would not be. It would be worse than a slog. Though you'd be probably running a lot faster, yeah. I mean, that would be interesting to see, of course. I agree with you. Well, no, I was saying earlier, I don't exactly know there's a lot of ferns here in this section of the woods too. And no, I'm not trying to change the subject at all. I'm pro stream sleep podcast. Always flowing, but I don't think that's what you want. Do you sleep? Would be another question. Is our streams supposed to do streaming sleep? Do streams dream of electric sleep? I don't know. We've been lucky that it's been pretty private here on the trail, and I've been getting to spend a lot of time with you, and I've been enjoying it. And now the trail's going to take me away from you, but now I'm wondering if I should just walk back down. I guess I should. I'd like to spend more time with you instead of, let's change up our plan, right? Okay, so I'm going to come down, and now you're in my other ear. Yeah, I don't want to, there's a lot of ferns. I was just thinking, like, how I could work ferns into a stream, a sleep podcast for streams. Well, I mean, we know streams have opinions. Yep, clearly, I heard that. We know you make a variety of amazing noises. Now, humans they don't listen to themselves to fall asleep. Like, I can't listen to myself to fall asleep. You believe that? Oh, you do. But what about, like, what about a butterfly named Bernie? Like, because he's big into, he's not into roasts. I'm not a person that's comfortable with roasts. I guess I've had to try to teach myself to grow out of that. I guess I'm fine being roasted by such a wonderful stream like you. But normally, like, so I don't want to make would you think that would put streams to sleep? Like, me getting roasted by streams? Like, oh, what is roasted? It means kind of like what you're doing, like, having fun at my expense. Oh, you're just being honest with me. I like that trickling. Yeah, it's really nice. Some people won't like it, so I'll have to remember to put a warning at the top of the thing. But anyway, I mean, it gives you a chance to visit the WC. I don't think it's a bad thing, actually. Then when you get up in the morning, you're less likely to need the WC again. So a lot of quality moss on this trail. So I guess, like, I'm trying to think about the life of the stream, right, as we're here. Wow, so I'm looking uphill to my left, and there's just, what do you call it, redwood after redwood after redwood. I wonder if I could ever do a video version. I guess I could, huh? And I would tell myself that right now I'm at the wall part of the, well, I guess the three stream intersection's a good marking point. We're working our way towards that. Yeah, working our way back to you, stream. Something in my heart. Okay, so I'm just trying to follow the life journey of a stream, right? Because some of you, oh, we got a bird weighing in now. Did you have an opinion about this sleep podcast for streams? I'm the only person that goes out into nature to get distracted by nature to talk about something else, but I guess that's my job, eh? Okay, so maybe I'm trying to operate from a place of understanding what the needs of stream are in order to be a service to you. And is that misguided? Like, well, I mean, could I ever understand what it's like to be a stream? And then that's kind of the basis for what works about a sleep podcast, is I can understand what it's like to be a person, right? And it seems pretty different. So I'm sure there's a lot of commonalities. Okay, so where two of the streams intersect here, the little one, sorry, I didn't mean that like in a non-grand way. I just mean you're waiting for rain. Because that's the thing, you majority of you starts off as rain. I mean, this is going to be a silly question, but some of you had to have been pee-pee, right? I mean, maybe not my pee-pee, though. Not to, there has been my pee-pee in this park before, so, or like, you know, some stuff evaporating. Even the hot air coming out of my mouth. You're right. So you still got it, stream. You still got my number. Wow, getting some nice trickling here and some nice flowing. What about where I just compliment you like I've been doing? Couldn't that put you to sleep? Or do you just, if you don't need to sleep, could you just be comforted by my saying, wow, what a flow. Holy moly. I haven't seen trickling like this ever. I haven't seen water clarity. Man, I haven't thirsted for water in like this in years. I feel like I'm back in high school thirsting for water at a sporting event. And yeah, that sound you're making when you make contact with the rocks and the moss. Yeah. And it's constantly changing, right? Yeah, man. Because the other thing is I'm not going to be with you for the whole time back. Oh, but the birds are. Okay. Yeah, you're looking, fishing for compliments too? Great tweeting. Great sound. I mean, I know it's technically not tweeting, but lovely. That's lovely. And listen to two of you in combination. It's like a dream come true. I guess it's not pandering, because is it pandering if I'm telling the truth? Like, I don't know if there's anywhere right now in this moment I'd rather be than where I am right now at this moment. And now that we're going downhill, and it's all going to be downhill from here, because then I have to separate from all of you unless this bird wants to come along. You know, I had another podcast I did with a bird that sounded a bit like you, where I was kind of like, bird doesn't want to be on the show anymore as soon as I do it. But wow, listen to that. Got water in my back, water in my front, even a little hollow sound. Whew. I'm feeling so relaxed that I could climb into bed right now myself. Wow, listen to that flow. Really amazing. And yeah, it's got a little bit of more you're not trickling, I'll tell you that much. I don't care who says it. I'll say it myself. You're flowing. Okay, so this is where we first crossed paths here, where I have to step over, I guess are these tributaries? I guess you're a tributary, huh? Who am I calling a tributary? I don't know exactly, because formally we've never been introduced. But I would say that I'm not calling anybody a tributary. I'm asking if you are a tributary. And where... So I think, do you head all the way to Castro Valley? So do you go into like the San Leandro Bay down there? No idea. You're just here right now, right? In the moment. Yeah. You know, you kind of remind me of where I play, like, with action figures. If I had action figures and I had access to you, my house would be pretty full of mud because I'd be playing action figures in you. A little tiny creek. All right, so... Oh, we got some birds calling us. We're also walking. And we're going to head back up. Oh, so we're leaving... Oh, no, we're still on French Trail. So, I think we probably only covered a quarter of the trail, but probably the most melodious quarter of the trail. And that's a win. Oh, did you just hear that squinching of the mud? Yeah, this is an interactive podcast. Sound effects, man. I feel like a Foley artist. The accidental Foley artist. Did we ever do an episode like... That sounds like a Sleep With Me title. I don't know if I'll remember that. The accidental Foley artist. Makes podcasts about streams. Yeah, what happened to the guy who made Sleep With Me? Well, nobody really knows. He started making podcasts for non-sentient beings, and no one could tell, like, if it was like an Andy Kaufman thing or if he was serious or not. He seemed pretty serious, though, because he said, nope, no more sleep podcasts for people. Yeah, he put out, he already put out 800 episodes of, what would he title his stream podcast? Gives a new meaning to the term creaky Dulcet Tones. I can hear listeners making jokes. That's what's so funny. The creaky Dulcet Tone cast for creaks. He got even more niche. And then he set streams. He said, no more streams. And yeah, he did the creaky Dulcet cast. That was for creaks only. And that was not a good idea, you know. Then he he didn't even try to put rivers to sleep. They said, you don't get us. He said, I think I appreciate you, though. So that happened. So then he tried to make the mud cast to put mud to sleep. And the mud said, do you realize you're walking through us? And it's not very sleepy for us if you're just making mud pies and talking about it. And so that's what happened to Sleep Podcast Guy. Oh, interesting. Makes perfect sense. All right, so now we're in like a woodsy portion. What's the difference between a woods and a forest? Well, there's a lot more sunlight in the woods. And in this particular situation, like, so we don't have towering redwoods. So these trees around me are a little bit, so there's more sunlight getting through. We're back where we were with the stream. Most of it was redwood forest, and there wasn't a lot of light, and you're lower on the stream bed. Yeah, a little bit sunnier here. Get some more quality bird sounds. And I don't know, it's just a totally different feel. Even from an hour before, this is a different feel going in a different direction. Getting some good birds. Got some berries falling from trees. Can hear some birds flying in the oh man, I just got my first loamy whiff of fallen trees and maybe some eucalyptus. Oh man, and wet earth. Whew. Took long enough for my nose to warm up, I guess, but maybe just also, oh yeah, and then the smell of the trail. Oh man, I'm lucky to be here with all of you. I'm not even trying to I'm getting even more relaxed with every step. Even with the fact that I wasn't successful at putting any of the streams or anything to sleep, that I was successful otherwise, right? Now that is wind, I think. Though there may be an undertone of the stream. Let me try to get here. You can hear the birds. And the breeze in the trees. Maybe a stream. Tough to make out. Yeah, you're right. No, I'm not asking to make out with you, Crow. No, thank you. No thanks, really. No thanks, yeah, that's what I said. No thanks. The Crowcast would be something totally different. But I remember when I would sing Three-Eyed Raven, Oh So Raven? You're not, I realize you're not a raven. Or are you? Well, that ended that partnership. We'll never be like those two birds that were famous, that I can't remember their names, that had a cartoon. Heckle and Jekyll, maybe? Alright, so we are gaining elevation. So I'll try to pace myself so I can keep talking. But yeah, we're almost at the end of the show too. And this worked out. This was nice. We had an unexpected discovery. Because honestly, I didn't think we'd get that much water flowing. And nice birds. But usually when we do, like in Florida, in the summertime, Florida and New York, we'll get a lot of BUGS sounds and more birds normally. Where it is really, there is a stillness underlying these, but not a peaceful stillness. Right, you can hear that. Yeah, it's nice. Like it's the wind you could just barely hear. So. Oh, and you probably hear my poles too. I'm using poles because usually if I trail run, I'll use poles. I've talked about it, but maybe not in a while. They help me stay on 2 poles. Help me stay on 2 feet. And I don't know. They make it. They make it more fun running. But I tend to not be the most. I tend to be clumsy. So having the 2 poles keeps me upright. Also keeps something in my hands, which I think prevents me from putting my phone in my hand, which is when I will be clumsy. So, win-win. But yeah, they add another knocking sound. Especially when I'm in hitting indirect stuff with my poles too. Alright, so we got a nice flat part here. And then I'll take a break and see the time. But I'm thinking it's almost time to slip off into dreamland. Now we're even out of the woods and in more of a brush. I guess this is kind of woods. Right now the trail's flat for a little while. And again, I don't want to be repetitive, but you'd be so surprised, even if you were to go 3 miles from here to the trails in Tilden. They have a totally different feel. Or if you're at Cal Berkeley and you come up Strawberry Canyon does have kind of a feel of that part we were on earlier, but then you get up into the higher parts of the hill, and then like we did for the Love of Hills, like you drive out through the tunnel into the East Bay where it's a lot hotter, and the winter and summer trails are totally different out there. Or you drive down to LA and you get an entirely different thing. I haven't done enough hiking, further into the Sierras. But maybe one day I will. I don't know. Yeah, we're getting some good bird sounds here. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, let's take a break here. Let's see, and just enjoy this peaceful level of, there's a plane, but other than that, it's kind of quiet. And so I hope you enjoyed this trek we took, and it helped you get some sleep and some rest, because I enjoy taking you out here and going for a walk and walking off, and it just felt like each step in each part got more and more relaxing. Like right now, there's some little birds there saying hi. Hi. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just walking and talking. We've got some purple flowers growing, even though when I'm recording this, still February here. It's a really nice day. Mist in the sky, but warm. Birds are out. Not chirping, but you're tweeting or something, huh? Yeah, it's nice. I'm proud of you. And I'm glad all you are here, and that I could be a part of your bedtime. Making you kind of hear the wind picking up behind me. Hear that? The tops of the trees. That's what that is, right? That almost sounds like a white noise machine. Now it's in front of us, too. That could be a plane in front of us, because we have Oakland. That's a plane. But this noise, right? That's the wind. The secondary noise is the plane. Hey, he started making a podcast where he just walks around the woods talking to himself about noises he hears. It was way more successful than Sleep With Me. What's it called? Walking, listening, talking. No, it was part of Sleep With Me. Yeah, so that's a plane, which, right, like, this is kind of the ideal. I don't know, I always associate planes like that as like lying in a park or on a relaxing hike, and the plane's at a high distance is really relaxing, and like it brings up this theory of nostalgia I think I've talked about, which is like what if I don't know if that's a nostalgia, right? But when a plane passes overhead and you kind of get that sense, a positive sense, like, what if that's not nostalgia, but like you're remembering when you're actually in the moment? I don't know. I'm not good at better at making a sleep podcast, but it's like some of these sounds we've got to listen to today, right? We were listening to them right now. And yeah, like that plane far off. Maybe it also reminds us of the times we were relaxed in a park or at a beach or somewhere else. But it's also relaxing now. I don't know. I feel like for me, it's like, oh, so you could relax now too, and enjoy it now too. So anyway, just a thought I had. But yeah, I think what we'll do is take this last flat patch to say goodnight, and thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you coming by the show, and couldn't do it without all of you. So thanks so much. Good night. Hey everybody, this is Scoots. Before we get to the rest of the podcast here, I wanted to ask you a question. Like, do you have a favorite episode of the show? A favorite character, a favorite style of the show? Like, can you name characters in the show? It's not important if you can't. That's another sign you might be a super listener of the podcast. You're a super listener. That's pretty cool because you're in an exclusive group out of like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. There's only about 20,000 super listeners. And the thing is, over the next few months, we need 1,500. We need you and about 1,500 super listeners to support the show back so we can keep making this podcast and be here. Because this is a time when more than ever, more and more people need the show. Paradoxically, that's when it gets most difficult to keep the show going. Like the show, it's like you got to choose or think about, do you want your sleep podcast to just get by? Is that the goal of Sleep With Me? My goal is not for you to just get by, for your life to be tolerable. My job's to bring you comfort so your life can be better tomorrow, that you could be out there flourishing. But even if it's more manageable, think about if you had the same thing for your sleep podcast, if you're a super listener. But you could be the reason the show's here next year, the year after that, the year after that. We can head into this unknown together, right? Supporting other people that are super listeners like you and those other people going through stuff. And we could keep making whatever brought you here, whatever puts a smile on your face or helps you drift off. And you could do that, but don't wait. Because if you're hearing me and listening, you're the one person I'm talking to. I've been doing this long enough that it's really like I have to get one person at a time. So you're the one person right now. I need you. Can you do it? Just sign up at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus.